Good afternoon. Welcome to Tips on Teens. My name is Kent Toussaint, licensed marriage and family therapist, founder and clinical director of Teen Therapy Center, and also the executive director of Child and Teen Counseling, both in Woodland Hills, California. Coming to you live every Wednesday at noon to answer your parenting questions here on Tips on Teens. And we're going to jump into this week's question right away. Could you explain to me when I should be taking my son's threats seriously? He's 11, and anytime he doesn't get what he wants, he'll say some pretty awful things like, "I hate you," "I wish I was never born," "I'm going to kill myself if you don't listen to me," or "You'll be sorry when I'm gone." It's always when he doesn't get his way. To tell you the truth, he's desensitizing me to this language, and I no longer take it seriously because I think it's all manipulation. He's doing it in public now, which has caused a few of my girlfriends to voice their concerns with me. It's quite embarrassing, and I'd like it to stop. So there's a lot to this question. The first point that you brought up was when you should take these threats seriously. And I would say you should take them seriously immediately. Even if you think that this is all just manipulation, if you think that he's not serious, I would take this seriously for a few different reasons. First, as a therapist, we are trained to assess suicidality with four different categories. Number one, the fantasy or the thoughts of suicide, which pretty much everyone on earth has had at one point or another, and that is not necessarily super dangerous. When you start getting to the other categories, that's when the danger starts getting up more. So plans. Has he have plans? Does he voice that he's going to jump out of the car on the 405 freeway? Does he have plans of, taking medication and ODing, or, getting a rope and hanging himself, or getting into the gun locker and shooting himself? Does he start making those plans? Then we're getting very concerned. We need to take this seriously. The third part is means. Does he have the means to carry out these plans? Can he jump out of on the 405 freeway? Yes, he probably can. Does he have access to the medication? Can he get to that rope? Can he get to those guns? Any way, any of those things, that's when the risk of suicide becomes very severe, and we need to take note. And so we have the plans, the means, and now the intent. And the intent is, does he want to do this? Now, intent can happen in a split second. Someone can go from not wanting to kill themselves to wanting to kill themselves in a moment's notice. And especially if your 11-year-old son is, diagnosed with something that amplifies his impulsiveness, like ADHD or on the autism spectrum, that can happen very quickly. What he wants, the things that he's wanting, I think are not the important thing to focus on. The important thing to focus on is, why is he doing this? Why is he needing to go to this extreme to get what he wants? There's an emotional need that is not being met, and he is trying very hard to meet that emotional need, albeit not in a healthy way. But we need to find a way for him to meet that emotional need in a healthier way. And my concern is it's not. He keeps ratcheting it up. And my concern is eventually he's going to do something. Now, it may not kill himself, but it may cause significant damage to himself. And we want to try to avoid that. What was the other thought I had on this? I think that we need to find a way to repair this relationship, because he's attacking you with these words. It's definitely an attack, and there's some resentment there. Now, I don't know why that is. It could be 1,000 different reasons. Could be there's a divorce, and you're the one stable parent who's still holding him to boundaries and still holding him to brushing his teeth and doing his homework and getting up on time, and maybe the other parent is not, and he's angry about the divorce and he's lashing out on you because you're the stable one, which is entirely possible. But whatever it is, we need to repair this relationship, because this will continue to get worse if we don't address it. Now, I encourage you to sit down with him in a loving, compassionate way and talk to him. If that's not working, it's not good enough, get a therapist who works with teens and kids and understands teens and kids. If you think that he's in danger, I encourage you to take him to a hospital, call 911 if you think he's in real danger. There are there's a list of suicide resources in the text below, so make sure to read through those websites, phone numbers for suicide prevention hotlines, and more information, so make sure you read through that. But again, I think somehow we need to help him cope with his feelings, that the anger, the frustration, the sadness that he's having in a way that is more healthy than threatening suicide. And my concern is if you dismiss it, then you're not really meeting his emotional needs. If you're assuming that he's just manipulating, then he's going to keep ratcheting things up until he gets your attention. So please take this seriously. Hopefully it never goes to a suicide attempt. Hopefully you guys get the help and the support he needs to help him feel like he's getting his emotional needs met and understanding how to cope with disappointment in a more effective way, and help the two of you communicate in a more effective and respectful and compassionate way, so you guys do have a cohesive, healthy family life. Anyways, again, this is a huge topic. We could talk for an hour about this and still not exhaust everything. But I just want to give you a tidbit of where I'm coming from. Please contact us if you have more questions about this topic. And if you have new questions you'd like us to answer every Wednesday at noon here on Facebook Live, please email us at tipsonteens@teentherapycenter.com or direct message us right here on Facebook. And we will see you next week. And everyone, happy 4th of July. Bye-bye.